Hold up. It's Lil Pac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
make some noise. Yeah, if you got them receipts,
put it on the floor.
If you got that truth,
put it on the floor.
If you rockin' with Lil Pac,
put it on the floor.
Hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lil Pac, bitch.
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lil Pac, baby. Fuck it up.
It's Lil Pac,
baby.
Walk in, whole room in a G-shield. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lil Pac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lil Pac,
Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go.
put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Hey,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac, baby. Truth in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lil Pac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor.
Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lil Pac, baby. Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up.
Fuck it up. It's Lil Pac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapon form is going to profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hold up. It's Lil Pac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got them receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lil Pac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
let's go,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac,
Baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shield. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lil Pac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lil Pac,
Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go.
put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
hey,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac, her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, babe. Two time for Lupac, babe. That's right, go. Three time for Lupac, babe. Turn up, fuck it up, it's Lupac, baby.
If you want some weird
Yeah.
What she bring?
Back.
What she talk?
True.
Who they hear? Who they want?
Say
it loud.
Yeah.
She don't mumble. Stepping in. Home run. No lies. She dismantle. Every word. Hard handle. Receipts up. No stall. Name ring. Head turn. She say it. That's law. Truth hit. Lesson learned. What she do?
Break it down.
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 Then what she do? Break it down. No spin talk. No fake sound. She don't whisper. She lay it down. Every claim. She press check. Every lie. She correct. Boot state. Backbone strong. Stand firm. 10 toes on. She talk one. That's final. Lupac voice. Undeniable. Yeah.
Break it down.
That's Lupac.
Break it down.
Facts only.
Break it down. Break it down.
Hey y'all, happy Friday. Y'all let me know if the sound is good. Let me know, I want to make sure y'all can hear me good. What's up, y'all? I got my days so mixed up. I was about to say happy Saturday, but it is Friday. That's because them children is out of school, y'all, for the summertime. So it got me all out of whack. Baby, I've been sleeping in, getting my rest. Ooh, I'm loving it. I actually enjoy when the babies is out for the summer because we be doing some things, okay? Me and Ham then started our little Netflix marathon. We be watching all kind of shows. We are on Fate Wink Saga with the fairies. That's the first one we watching, child. You know, we have our little thing where we binge watch our little shows, y'all. So we just started that yesterday and we gonna continue tonight. But what's up, y'all? I missed y'all. I know y'all miss me because y'all been blowing me up. Talk where you at when you're going live, but we are here now. Okay. I peeped something out in the court documents. I actually got it the other day, but I just didn't have a chance to go live, so I could kind of tell y'all what it is. Most people probably thinking it ain't nothing major because it was only one sheet of paper, but it's to know what the paper actually means. Okay, that's why I said the custody battle with baby daddy number 3, Johnell, has officially begun. Okay, because Bree's lawyer has responded. Let me get to the top and see who in this chizat on this good old Friday. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to the top. Because y'all been coming in hot and heavy in the chat. I'm going to shout out a couple, and then we going to get it crackling. Hey, sweet queen, my love. Shout out to you and all my beautiful minds that's in the building holding it down per usual. We got Awesome. We got Miss Hill. We got Tasha. We got Miss Witty. We got Queen Sag, Miss Tina. We got Miss Charlene. Who else? Twin Mommy, Demetria. We got Miss Yolanda. Shout out to all the new names. That's one of our new people because I've never seen that name before. So shout out to all the new subbies that's been joining us. I hope y'all enjoying the content. We got Miss Kayleen. She's another newbie. Shout out to you. You say, what's up, Lupac baby? Watch the replay and some of the live. If I make it back to Motel on Time, watch on my TV. Big shout out to the TV watchers because a lot of y'all will put the live stream on the big screen. One of y'all being Queen Step. Shout out to Queen Step because I seen her in the chat and I know she like to watch the lives on the big screen, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey, Miss Cassandra. Hey, Scorpio. Who else in here? We got Latte. We got Miss Melody. We got Yumika, the Green Team VIP. Eric GG, my sister Jay. We got my bro Terry in the building. We got Miss Latanya, Miss Malibu. We got, and thank you for the copyright and fair use. It is always needed in the chat. Miss Margaret. We got Miss Lila. We got, hold on, Miss Tina. We got Naki. We got the real Nene the Goat. Shout out to my sister. Beautifully designed. Miss Marjorie. We got Erica. We got, who else? Manifestations of God. And baby, y'all lighting up the chat with them fireworks. I see y'all. I see y'all making them pop. Shout out to y'all. Twin Mommy. Who else in here? Show Enough in the building. We got Candy. We got Lou in the building. We got Queen Love Mail. We got Kimberly, Keisha T, Miss Lavada, Miss Jackie Moore, Brittany, Miss Linda. Y'all coming in hot, baby. Miss Michelle, chosen by God. Y'all know the streets been pretty dry outside of, the normal drama, but the streets been kind of dry. But I got a feeling this court stuff finna light it up. Okay? Especially after this drop. I got a feeling it's finna get real hot and heavy this coming week. So make sure y'all have y'all popcorn and wine ready. Because I got a feeling a storm is coming, y'all. I've been saying that for a couple weeks now. Y'all know the courts is real slow, but my predictions don't normally be off point. They normally be on point, okay? Normally when they get a little too quiet, somebody gonna light a firework. Somebody gonna light it up to crank the game back up. Y'all know the vibes. We've been doing this for a couple years now. It never fails. The minute it gets too quiet, the fireworks get lit one by one to crank the scene back up. We're going to see. We're going to see, y'all. We're going to see. Hey, Miss Renita. Hey, Miss Doris. Jazz So Jazzy. Miss Renee. We got Sunflower. We got Miss Tony. We got Talisa. We got Tasha. Tanya Lewis. Miss Vonda. Miss Shalene. Nicole. Miss Mercedes. Miss Michelle. Miss Fela. Shout out to you, my love. Why is hold on, y'all. Why is it doing this? It be tripping. Oh, I gotta give me another phone, child, because this one ain't what's up. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, Love Me For Real. Hey, Miss Dina. Hey, Miss Lakeisha. Protect Your Peace. Shout out to you. Thank you for that super chat. You said happy Friday, everyone. Spell college backwards. EGELLOC. I'm coming in a Honda. I'm coming in a Honda. I got the last two from Nyla over there on Nyla Says. Shout out to her. Hey, Miss Tammy. Hey, Miss Angela. Hey, Crystal. Who else? Love Me For Real. We got Miss Tiffany. We got our Buttercup, Child of God. Shout out to you, Lady Divine. Thank you, Nene the Goat. She said, let's go chat. Maybe dropping some membership. So come out the bushes or I'll bring you out. Hit that like button, period. If you are a regular, habitual, butch, or shall I say bush watcher? Because some people be saying but. No, some people say butch. So if you a habitual butch watcher, you might want to come up out them chats. I mean, out them bushes. Because once my people start dropping them, pulling y'all out with them gifted memberships, you're going to be exposed. So if you know you ain't supposed to be here, which It's real crazy because if you grown, you should be able to go wherever you want to go in these streets, baby. But if you know you might have a master or somebody that idolize and you don't want to be caught up in these streets, yeah, you might want to catch the replay or hit the chat so it won't look so crazy once you get gifted or pulled out with that gifted membership. Cause ooh, child, listen, that is embarrassing. Okay, but you know what? That's why I pride myself on letting it be known. I will watch anybody in the bushes. I don't care. And if you doing some drama, I'm not commenting in your chats. That goes for everybody. Cause soon as you comment in the chat, baby, they are saying you involved or they are making you involved in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. I done caught plenty of gifted memberships. Shout out to the ones who gifted it because it is not an embarrassing moment for me. Because if I watch your content, I will say I watch your content. Okay, period. If I watch it in the bushes, that's just what it is. But I ain't commenting when it's some drama, baby. You won't catch me. Hey, Miss Patrina. Hey, Miss Janine. Who else in here? Let me get to the bottom. Miss Linda, Kinaya. We got Pisces Divine Goddess. Shout out to Punana for being a member for 21 months. We got Christina, Miss Upshur. I love you more, Miss Lakeisha. Who else? Let me see. I see y'all saying, hey, Tamik. I still can't see her in the chat. She didn't got a membership. She didn't bless me with super chats, y'all, and I cannot respond back to her. Like YouTube will not let me reply to her comments or her supers for some reason. It's like she's still blocked in the chat. Now I didn't unblock her and she checked and I'm not blocked on her end, so I don't know what it is. But shout out to Tamik for being in the chat. Like I said, she did get a membership and she has been blessing my channel, but it just won't let me. So I don't want her to think that I'm not responding to her, but it won't let me reply back to her comments. What's up, to? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Lock the door. All right, my bad, y'all. Hey, Sid. Thank you, sweet queen. You say fireworks. Let's show Queen Lupac some love. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all cutting up. I see them fireworks, baby. Thank you, Tajay. Let's turn up the colors for sis. Thank you, my love. Hey, Love Spice. Hey, thank you, Miss Michelle. Hey, Miss Audra. Who else? Grow 6565 in the building. Queen Step. There she go. Period. A collective hate on Queen Step's behalf because she says she's driving. We got Miss Coretta. We got Michaela. We got Miss Jeanette. We got Miss Cindy. All right, y'all. Now let me work my way to the bottom. Thank you. Protect your peace again. He just left out of here too. I should have told him. I'm gonna tell him when he come back. He gonna get some food. But thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Miss Brenda for being a member for 25 months. Love Spice. I love y'all more. Happy Friday as well. Shout out to Miss Geraldine for 31 months. Thank you, Miss Cindy. Miss Cynthia. Thank you for that super, my love. Shout out to No More Drama for 11 months. Y'all cutting up, green team. Thank you, Miss Audra. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, Miss Coretta. She say blessings, Lupac chat and family. God seemed fit for me to see another year. After 43 days in the hospital, 327, I came home. God is good. That is a blessing. God is definitely good, y'all. This is why I always say life is short. Life is too short for drama. Life is too short to be going back and forth. And I'm not even just talking about on the internet because people beef in real life. Like this ain't just an internet type thing, y'all. Count your blessings every single day. Live life to the fullest. Thank God for your health, your kids, your family, your job, all of your blessings. I know I do because you never know when it's that time. Like people are around us are passing every single. Let me stop before I get emotional, child, because y'all know my dad passed away in December, and it was so unexpected. Like he caught a heart attack. It was so unexpected. But one thing I could say is that he made some mistakes in his life. He got it right though. Before he passed, it's like God always give you a sign. He always give you, like a warning or some type of signs that your day is coming. I really believe that because notice how a lot of people start moving differently in their last days. When you really sit back and recollect the behaviors of the people that pass on, they start moving totally different. Like they start living their life differently because God will let you know. He will give you the signs. So love on your people. Love on the ones that love on you. Love them right back. And shout out to you again, Miss Coretta. That is a blessing. And thank you for that super, my love. All right, y'all. Let me see. I'm not ignoring nobody, y'all. It's like almost 500 of y'all in here, so I'm trying to hurp and get to the bottom. Thank you, manifestations. Much love from Ace Time, yo, Louisiana sister. Shout out to you, my love. Thank you, Nene the Goat. We see all the gifts. Thank you, everyone. And thank y'all for the gifts. I do have my phone open, so I can see y'all sending those as well. I appreciate it. I just realized that YouTube started allowing y'all to send the gifts on the regular live streams on StreamYard. So thank y'all. I love y'all. Shout out to Tamika for being a member for 26 months. 2K in the mother building. What's up, bro? I gotta come over there to kick. Listen, I gotta figure out how. Wait, no, I do get those messages you be sending. I'm gonna have to come over there. I just be busy. I be busy. I could barely keep up with my own content. Ask my supporters. They'll tell you because they be on me. I'm so inconsistent, but I'm trying to work on it. Hopefully it'll be better because it's summertime. Them cheering out of school. They got summer swimming lessons and all kind of things coming up, child. So I might be able to do a little bit more content. Okay. I'm trying to get consistent, y'all. But shout out to 2K. Make sure y'all go check them out over there on Kick. A lot of y'all probably don't have a Kick, but yeah, it's very beneficial. I was considering going over there, but y'all can barely keep up with YouTube. Thank you, Miss Fila. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Miss Duncan. Thank you, Calm. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you, Miss Cassandra. Thank you, Mila. You say if you speak it, it's coming. It's definitely coming. It's coming, y'all. I can feel it. I'm telling you, watch. And I'm going to come back and say, didn't I tell y'all the storm was coming? Watch. It never fails. My members know. They know I'll be on point. Thank you, Miss Penny. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Hold on, y'all. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. Say one more super chat. Let's go. And thank you, Lakeisha. Love when you're live. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Ma Dusha. Say hip hop, my girl. Thank you, Tasha. Y'all cut. I can't even get to the live yet. Thank you, Miss Jackie. Thank you, Tajay. Shout out to Ma Deuce for being a member for 30 months. Shout out to Ray for being a member for 22 months. Miss Cheryl, 15 months. We got Calm. She say, Lupa, can you run the intro? Lights not liking. I'ma cut them some slack because they've been throwing them fireworks. But y'all, please, y'all, that's free. Okay. If y'all could do the supers, y'all could definitely hit the like button. Okay? Hit the like button for your girl for the one time. Because y'all know the minds be ready to put y'all on pause, baby. So please, y'all, I'm trying to get it back into the algorithm. Because y'all know I've been slacking, but I have good excuses because your girl been busy. I was actually supposed to go live this morning, well, last night, but I pushed it to this morning because too many people was live last night. And, you know, we share supporters. So I try not to go live when others are live. So we, you know, it ain't taken away from the other creators. I try to be, you know, considerate. And then this morning, I got a little neighbor, y'all, that live across from me. It's an older white man. He's a veteran. He like almost 80 years old. And he don't have a car, so I be going to get his groceries from the store and stuff. So he hit me up. He called me the wrong name too. He be calling me Louise. But I just go with it, child. Be like, Louise is here, okay? I'll go get his stuff. He needs some milk and tea and stuff. So I went get, because I needed to go to Walmart anyways. So I went get his stuff for him because them taxes and them Uber Eats and stuff, they charge a lot. They charge a lot. Like, that is ridiculous. You would think the veterans would get a discount, but child, that's why I didn't go live this morning, y'all. Then they had a whole pew-pewing at Walmart while I was there. They had nothing but the police there. I'm like, and it was some juveniles, 12 to 15 years old, pew-pewing up Walmart. I said, this is getting out of hand. It just don't make no sense, child. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, R Buttercup, for being a member for 23 months. Thank you again, Ray. Shout out to my sis, Nene the Goat. She done gifted 5 memberships. So if she done pulled you out them bushes, listen, say hello. Don't run off, okay? Don't run off, especially if you know or you're not supposed to be here. Make sure you comment in the chat and thank my girl for that free 30-day membership. Thank you, Healing Hearts. Thank you, Keisha T. Shout out to you, Miss Green Eyes, for being a member for 27 months. Shout out to Aisha for 25 months. Sierra for 1 month, period. Michelle Bell, she say, Pac, a story out of Raleigh. Woman tried to unalive 2 attorneys over a case where a nursing home tortured her mom and the PO deleted the record. Oh, you got to send me that one because that one might go big. That one might go big. Send me that to my email, Michelle. Definitely, I'll put it in the group, one of the two, so I can look into it. All right, we finally to the bottom, y'all. A collective hate to everybody that's in the chat. I was not intentionally skipping over nobody, y'all, but like I said, it's so many of y'all. I try to shout out the first ones in the chat, as many as I can, just so we can get into the commentary. I'm not going to just run off on y'all on the live, okay? So y'all ain't got to worry about that, y'all. We're going to be here for a little minute. But I love y'all. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for all the support. Thank y'all for all the supers. Please, y'all, hit that like button. Y'all know the vibes. If you would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to the coffee people. You can also support via super chat, super sticker, via gift, whatever you choose. I always set a little goal. It ain't much. It ain't mandatory. And I do set it for all the colors because I am not greedy. Okay? Period. A blessing is a blessing. And I'm appreciative regardless of what it is, whether it's 99 cents, whether it's a like, whether it's the comments don't really help, but y'all still engaging. Now, if we was on Facebook, that'll be different, but it's all good in the hood. Make sure y'all watching them ads. Y'all hit that like button, please, so I can get into this algorithm. And at the end of this live, hype your girl up. Y'all know the vibes. Like, even if we ain't here for a couple days, y'all do know the vibes. Period. Now let's get into this court document. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, thank you. Let me see. Who sent me that? Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Thank you, Sal. I can't send a super chat. I don't know why. I don't know. A few people have been having a problem with it, but thank you for that cash out blessing. And thank you to Miss Elisa. She say, why you block me? I did not block you. I don't be blocking people. Y'all, let me tell you. Hold on. Thank you, Miss Janine. She said for a coffee for you. And thank you, Miss Tammy, for that cash out blessing also. To Elisa, I swear I did not block you. I put that on my kids. The only time I block people, y'all, is literally, and it don't even be on live because my mods be handling it unless y'all hear me call somebody out that's being disrespectful. But if I just so happen to go through the comments on my live streams after the fact, and if you say something disrespectful towards me, I will block you. Other than that, I don't block my supporters. Okay? Everybody can have an opinion over here. Unless I feel like you trying to gaslight me a little bit. Because, we get a lot of fake pages also that be trying to sneak into the cut. And they be trying to gaslight. That's different. But just to block somebody, and Elisa, I know who you are. So I definitely wouldn't block you. Okay? I love you, girl. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back. You're gonna have to send me your YouTube handle. It could have been a mod that accidentally blocked you because sometimes that happens, y'all. Sometimes that does happen, but charge it to the game, not to our heart, okay? But send me your YouTube handle. It's your at name on your YouTube channel, and I will go to your page and see if you're hidden, I mean. So we can get it squared away. But I promise I did not block you. Thank you, Miss Green Eyes. I'm gonna tell him when he get back. Thank you, my love. And thank you, Lakeisha. Go almost done. That's power. There's power in numbers. There definitely is powers in numbers. And shout out to y'all, because y'all are the numbers. Okay? Shout out to my Fox Squad, baby. And thank you, Miss Bernadette, for being a member for 14 months. Hey, Lupac, haven't been able to watch because of work, but I'm watching now. Okay, you gotta get your coin. That's all good, as long as y'all catch the replay. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. But Elisa, don't forget, somebody put my email in the chat so I can see if she's hidden on the channel, y'all. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's pull up the document. We didn't even have to get the good one because it's not really, it ain't too much of nothing, y'all, but it's something. And I'm gonna tell y'all once I start breaking it down. Why is it on this side though? Why did it pull up like this? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I don't know why is it. pulling up on one side. Let's open it again. It's still doing it. That's crazy, but we'll just leave it there. F it, child. We just gonna leave it as is. Cause I'm gonna read it to y'all anyways, even if y'all can't see it, and I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. Okay? Hold on. Let me see. Let me pull something up, y'all. Where is it? There you go. All right. You say, Lupa, what do I need to do to be a mod? Not just yet. Normally with the mods, I have enough already. But if let's say, and it's not personal, but let's say I have mods. Matter of fact, I need to go through my list to see, if I have some mods that we don't see for a long period of time, I'll remove them as a mod and then I'll add somebody else. But it's not personal to the ones, because I know everybody got lives, lives outside of YouTube, and it's not a paying job. So I don't expect nobody to do it. I will never get mad if somebody ain't mine, but I will remove, whoever has been absent for a long time and let somebody else who wants to do it do it. But as of now, we don't need any just yet. I'm gonna have to go through the list and see, child of God, and if we have, if somebody hasn't been here for a while, I'll put you in that spot, my love. All right, y'all. So this right here is hold on. This is called a Rule 5.2 certificate of service, y'all. And like I said, a lot of creators probably seen it because we ain't the only ones that get court documents. But this is it ain't a hidden gem, but it's very important because it shows that the custody battle is literally in progress. But just because you don't see it going on, don't mean it ain't going on. Now, if y'all remember, was it a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago, whenever Johnell's attorney filed for discovery and production and all of that, this is pretty much the same thing. But the difference is this is just a certificate of service showing the judge and the courts that they submitted and they're in communication with the opposite attorney, which is Johnell's attorney. Bree's attorney submitted this. Okay, but here's where it gets interesting. Now, if y'all remember, when with Johnell's paperwork, he asked for a whole lot of things, child. It was like literally 13 to 15 pages of requested production, right? They wanted text messages, they wanted emails, they want whatever is social media, they want it all, child. And we went over all of those documents, everything. Hey, discussion board, hey, my love. We went over it all, y'all. We broke it down, each paperwork, each part of the paperwork, child. We broke it all the way down. And his lawyer asked for a lot, which in my opinion was a clear indicator of the start of requesting custody or the whole custody process, right? Because typically when it's just, if you requesting, now one, he still got to go through the legitimation process, y'all, which they have a interlocutory hearing, which is set for May 28th, which is actually in 6 days. So today is Friday. Let me see. Today is Friday the 22nd. What day that's gonna be on? Where's my calendar? Hold on, y'all. So the 28th is next Thursday. So they go next Thursday for the interlocutory hearing. And what that is, an interlocutory hearing is basically, them pushing the process up, but only focusing on the most important issues of the custody situation, like the legitimation, the paternity is legitimation, but the legitimation and the visitation custody portion, right? So they basically saying, hey, we're gonna rush this process because Johnell didn't file emergency orders, he didn't file emergency petitions, like he hasn't seen his kids in probably about 2-3 months, child. So the courts basically say, hey, we're gonna rush this situation or pull it forward, at least try to pick out the most important parts of the whole custody situation so that we can get this man seeing his cheering. Okay, so that's what the interlocutory hearing is, y'all. They gonna focus on those very important parts, visitation being the main thing, and then they gonna set another date for the actual factual custody situation, so they can get, who gonna have custody, or whether it's gonna be joint custody, whether it's gonna be one having primary physical custody and the other having visitation. However, whatever way they decide to do it, they're gonna they gonna go through mediation. It's a process, so y'all just get ready. It's a process. This whole when it's a custody battle, and in Georgia, if you know, you know. Y'all know we've been doing these court documents, especially my members. We've been going over this since the beginning of time. Okay, literally, but you have to be a member to see everything. But it's a major battle. It's an uphill battle, and it's gonna take a while. So we're gonna have a whole lot of content. We're gonna have a whole lot of content, unless they go to court and Johnell be like, okay, I'm good with that. But based on his movements and the things he been doing and moving in silence but loud in a sense, because we have access to the court records, I don't think he gonna just lay down. I don't think he gonna lay down. I really believe that he is shooting for full custody, especially based on the things that was requested via his attorney. But now let's get into this document, y'all. So like I told y'all, this is a Rule 5.2 certificate of service. Okay, it's not a motion, it's not a ruling or a decision by the judge. It's basically proof that one side officially sent legal documents to the other side's attorney. And this was submitted by Bree's attorney, right? So it says this was submitted by the respondent side, meaning Brianna Battle's attorney filed this. And then it says you can tell because the respondent's first continuing interrogatories to petitioner and attorney for respondent. All right, let's go down. Hold on. It says, so the respondent, Brianna Battle, served discovery requests on the petitioner, Johnell Young. What are they sending? This is where it gets interesting. They like, so you filed this? Let me go on and send it right back at you. It says first continuing interrogatories, written questions the petitioner must answer under oath. So that's basically what her attorney sent to his attorney. But that ain't it. It's a whole lot of other stuff, y'all. But it's, like a little lineup of questions that they want him to answer that pertains to the whole custody situation. Notice to produce / request for production of documents. A request for documents / evidence. This usually means they are asking Johnell things like text messages, financial records, photos / videos, social media evidence, parenting related documents, communications, anything relevant to the case. Okay, so basically this certificate is them saying, hey judge, we done sent over production for discovery on Bree's behalf. So basically what we read off 30 days ago that Johnell's attorney submitted is the same thing Bree's attorney submitted, but she submitted it straight to Johnell's attorney. It's not in public record, y'all. This paper is basically stating that, hey, we asking for the same thing his attorney is asking for, but we send it straight to the lawyer. This is why I said the custody battle has begun, because both sides have exchanged legal paperwork and requests. Okay, so just because y'all don't see it don't mean it ain't happening. Okay, so now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't already submitted, because court is on the 28th, and Bree's attorney was kind of slick with that, because she submitted this basically giving them a very little bit of time to produce all of this information, right? Now, what I want to ask y'all is, who do y'all think is, how I want to put it, seeing what they are each requesting from the other? They basically trying to get dirt on each other, y'all. That's basically what this is. You requesting my text messages, email, social media, messenger, business, and all my financials. Let me get yours too. So both parties now have to, cough up the same stuff. They both have to hand over all of their personal business to each other. So who do y'all think is going to look worse when it comes to what could potentially be in this paperwork or in this evidence, or shall I say the production of discovery? Who y'all think finna look worse? Y'all want me to put up a poll? Because I know some of y'all don't be wanting to answer in the chat. Based on everything we've seen, and you see, we could be fair here with this situation because, yeah, this ain't R8 situation. No shade to Johnell, but I don't know. Who child? It's gonna be a little tough one, y'all. This gonna be a tough one. This gonna be a tough one. Based on everything we done seen thus far, who do y'all want me to put up a poll? Put a one in the chat if y'all want me to put up a poll. Because I know everybody's not gonna answer in the chat because we got a lot of Butch watchers too. Not Bush, but Butch. We got we got 611 in the building. Shout out to y'all. Please hit that like button as y'all come in or out. The like button is anonymous. So if you creeping and sneaking and geeking in my break room voice, shout out to break room 411. Yeah, the like button is anonymous, baby. So if you coming to get our tea and our info over here and you find yourself over here regularly, the least you can do is throw your girl a free like, okay? Or dislike, it don't matter, child. It's engagement. But just hit something. But let me know. Oh, y'all want me to make the poll? Okay, give me 1 second. That way everybody can answer and not just a couple people in the chat. Hold on. Let's see. Let me go to my channel. Hold up, y'all. All right, where's the poll? Start a poll. Who will benefit more with the exchange of evidence production? That's what we're going to put. All right. So I put, who will benefit more with the exchange of evidence production? Will it be Johnell or will it be Bree? All right. And y'all can answer the poll and then I'll go back to it in a couple minutes to see y'all responses. But yeah, we want to know who's going to benefit more, y'all. Like, this going to be an uphill battle. I personally believe that, and I'm going to go more into it when we do our members live. So I'm going to go more into detail when we do a members live. But because I don't want to be out here throwing out help for anyone, okay, on either side. If it's not our age, I don't want to be saying things that could help nobody, okay? But I don't know, y'all. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, and let me tell y'all why. Because even though Johnell did come out here and apologize to RH, and kudos to him, big respect to him for that, because it takes a big man. It takes you got to literally put your ego and your pride aside to make that type of move. So I respect him for that. But it still don't erase certain things that was put out here publicly, and even though I question a lot of the things that was put out here publicly without evidence, I question a lot of those things, especially with the live that he did where he answered a lot of questions and he pretty much, broke the situation down. That made me view him totally different. And you got a lot of people that came out here and say, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about it? Like, what about it? I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all because at the end of the day, a lot of things that was stated in his live stream that can be proven. A whole lot of things. And a lot of the things that he said really make you look at the situation different. Regardless of how you might feel about him, it is what it is. But maybe if he would have did it sooner, if he would have, and this is a lesson to any man. When you have a woman, regardless of the relationship that y'all share, whether it's your wife, your ex-wife, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, a friend, a baby mama, whatever. if they are doing something damaging to you or slanderous or defamatory on social media, you don't have to lay down and allow it to happen. You don't. There are a lot of advocates out here that fight for men. Okay? It's a whole lot, one being myself and a lot of my supporters. We fight for men, especially if we have sons. And it could happen to our sons, it could happen to our brothers, our uncles, our nephews, our little cousins, whatever. So no, the man ain't always wrong just because a woman is crying or she's saying something. Now women didn't, and it's so sad because women then made it so bad now with the whole Me Too movement that uh you literally gotta prove what you saying. It used to be believe the victim first and then investigate. Now it's, baby, you gotta prove it, because a woman will get out here crying snot booger tears and still be lying. And it's so sad because it makes it bad for the real victims. It's just unfortunate, y'all. But I don't know. Lupac is not going to be tough. He did a live. That will be good on his behalf. But listen, that's why I say I'm gonna break it down even more in members only. But yeah, he did a live, but y'all, it's a big difference, and y'all know I always say this: it's a difference between court of public opinion and real court. You can say anything on social media, and a lot of people will take what you say and run with it, regardless if you have a receipt to back it up. But just your word ain't good enough for court. Like, court ain't going. You got to have something that's going to back up what you're saying, and it has to be legitimate. It has to be legitimate receipts, audio, text message, videos, whatever. But I'm not saying like, he ain't going to get custody of his kids or visitation of his kids. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. I'm just saying it's not going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3. Because we already know that it's hard to take custody from a mom regardless, unless here's the gag. And I think he do. Based on the things that he said in that live stream. If he got something in the bag, like a little hidden gem, a couple hidden gems in his bag, a tricks that he probably didn't say. Because notice he was, stopping himself a lot in that live stream. It's a couple things that he didn't say, or he was like, well, I ain't gonna go into detail because it's involving the kids, right? So I personally think that man got some things. Okay, he got some things, and which was one of the reasons why when we broke down his request for production of evidence and all of those different documents and text messages and stuff, I believe that was one of the reasons for it. Now, mind you, they asking for it, but I think he already then submitted everything he has to his attorney, because they're gonna ask for it. When anytime you going for custody of any kind, whether it be joint, whether it be full custody, whatever, your attorney gonna ask you for everything you got. Let me get that up out you, and don't leave nothing out. Be completely honest. It don't matter what it is, what the role you played, she played, he played, the kids played. Baby, tell me it all. They gonna want to know everything. That way it's no surprises when court comes up. That's the job of your attorney. Their job is to fight for you, regardless of the situation. When they take it on and they take that payment, they gotta take what come with it. Okay. So and not just that, y'all. Another reason why I feel like he's going for full custody is because he has an attorney. Men don't typically get attorney, because guess what? You can get visitation rights by yourself. You just gotta go to court. As long as you don't have nothing against you as far as child sexual activities or anything involving a child, you can even be in a bruiser against a person, but not the kids. Like, it's a lot of y'all. They give rights to child sexual bruisers also, as long as it ain't they kids. Okay, as long as it ain't they kids, which is crazy to me, because if you do it to another child, baby, I don't trust you around your seed either. Period. But he didn't need an attorney for visitation. That's one of the reasons why I feel like he's going for it all. He's going all in when it comes to his babies. Is given, I don't want the headache, period. Like, I don't want to deal with the back and forth, or when you get mad, you don't want me to see the kids, because it's a lot of women out here that will keep or alienate kids away from the dad, even with courts being involved. We've seen it happen. We literally seen it happen with RH. Court been in the midst. So, it just depends on the woman and the type of woman you dealing with. But based on the way Johnell is moving, it's given to me that he's going for it all. Like, let me avoid the future headache. Even though, now, one thing I will say, he better be smart. And the reason why I say he better be smart, because if your baby mama would get on here and try to pull skeletons, aka nuts, crazy nuts from the past, like a blast from the past, i.e., y'all know who, and try to force or coerce or manipulate these women into pressing great charges against y'all. Listen, it's a reason why RH always got the meta glasses locked and loaded. Johnell, you might want to invest in a pair. Okay? Because depending on how this go, I think you're gonna be dealing with any and everything until the end of time, or at least until them children make 18. Okay. So yeah, you better be smart, buddy. You better be smart, because it's even with the weirdo supporters, like, they are willing to do any and everything to assist with the situation. And that's why I'm glad, at the end of the day, yes, we support RH, but we not getting our hands dirty. If my voice ain't enough, I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, once I log off of here, I got 3 that depends on me, baby. Okay? I'm not doing nothing criminal. I'm not doing nothing that lacks morale, that lacks integrity. I'm not doing nothing, any of that. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when I log off, I got 3 babies that's depending on their mother. So if my voice ain't powerful enough to advocate for wrong on the internet, I'm not getting my hands dirty, basically. But he better be smart. He better be real, real smart, because depending on how this go, y'all, yeah, he better he better study RH fully now, because it's a reason why that man wearing the meta glasses with every interaction. He ain't no fool. Think about it, y'all. How many times did they try to say things about RH, but RH was like, not, y'all not finna do that. Don't make me pull out the recording, okay? Mr. I record everything for a reason. Hey, Nika Ray. Hey, my love. Thank you, Miss Bernadette. You say, hey, Lupac, I tried to scroll up and mistakenly hit the wrong choice in polling. How can I edit and change it? You can't. You can't. It won't allow you. Once you hit it, that's it. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, once you hit it, that's it, y'all. So just be careful when you selecting your choice with the poll. But thank you for the support, my love. I appreciate you. I believe, just like with everything we have seen up to now, she is going to self-sabotage because she is incapable of being truthful, believes her lies, and her supporters literally are her echo chamber. Now, what I will say, shout out to you for that comment, Angel. I think we finna see some things that we ain't never seen and heard. Cause with like any custody battle, ish hit the fan. Okay? When you fighting for cheering, baby, both parties gonna be fighting tooth and nail to make the other party look the worst parents. That's what a custody battle is. Okay? That's literally what a custody battle is. How can you see my comments? I see that one. Let me go up. Hold on. Let me go up. I know he do calm. Trust me. I know you can tell. You can tell he got something in the bag. Pac, remember he got some after RH. Remember delivery room. Oh, he did. Yep, he sure did. But he ain't had to start wearing them yet. So we'll see once those transactions start happening as far as the kids being exchanged. I only seen that one, Jaisha. Hey, sister teacher. Hey, Graham. I only see that one comment. Hey, Michelle. You say, don't forget she admitted CPS almost took her kids. Ja has to know all the details. Yep. And let me tell y'all one thing about CPS. Um, CPS is not just, oh, like how she try to make it seem like, oh, I could show them that people on the internet be calling or whatever. That's not how they go. Because CPS has to take every complaint serious. They have to take, I know, because one of my sisters worked for CPS. They have to take every complaint serious, regardless if it's an internet complaint or whatever. If it's involving kids, they have to investigate. They will not ever go to somebody's house off of a complaint, especially if they go and visit. They will not ever do that off of a complaint and just say, oh, if she say, or if she show them, they said they was gonna call, where they still have to take it serious. They still have to investigate the situation because that that officer, that CPS officer, don't know if the person that's making the complaint is lying or not. And then who's to say what if something happens and then they didn't take it serious? So they have to take every situation as if it's a serious situation. Like they can't play with that when it involves kids. So I think it's like a 30-day investigation. Don't quote me. I'm gonna ask my sister how that works. But yeah, that's not nothing to play with, y'all. And from my knowledge, according to her, people have called on her several times. And they look all through your house and everything, child. So I don't know. I don't know the outcome, but it didn't been stated multiple times that it was open cases or whatever. So I don't know. It just depends on what they are about. It depends on what they are about, what was stated, what they took serious. He might know some things as far as that is concerned also, but he also knows what was going on in the house, period, because he was there. He was there, y'all. Like I could only imagine the things that he know just based off of the things he stated in that live. One major thing being, when he said she was leaving, like she was literally staying with him weeks at a time, leaving the kids home to fend for themselves. So that alone is major. But my thing is, when it comes to that, how will that work out? Because at the end of the day, you can say that, but he's involved in that situation, if y'all get my drift. Like, and that's one of the things that I was referring to when I said it's going to be a tough battle for both, because you can say, oh well, she was leaving her kids home for weeks at a time to come meet me, and then the judge might be like, well, you didn't see nothing wrong with it when it was going on. How can we trust you with some kids? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Like I said, it just depends on the severity of the evidence, the receipts, all of that. But Aisha, I didn't see any comment outside of the one where you said, "Can you see my comment?" So maybe put it again if you don't mind. You say John not about to do no sparing. He about to come with a lot. Oh, he gonna fight for them kids. He done already showed that. Hey, Nubian Queen. They quick to try to convince that, oh, they don't care. I see that a lot where they saying, or Ace don't care about his child and Johnell don't. I can't tell, because like I said before, men ain't just getting obtaining attorneys that cost. Attorneys ain't cheap, baby. These ain't public defenders. Men ain't doing that if they don't care about their kids. That don't even make sense. They not doing that. If Johnell didn't care about them cheering them twins like people try to make it seem, I highly doubt he would have even got an attorney, because they say he's so broke. Imagine having to scrape up the last little bit of coins you got to pay this attorney. So yeah, he care about them children, clearly. What was I gonna say? Yeah, he care about his kids. You can't convince me at this point that he don't care about those kids. And he's smart with what he's doing also, because he's keeping record. One, notice how every time he posts his babies, he'll post a countdown. Like he'll say day number 45 or whatever, without seeing the kids. But not only is he letting it be known that, hey, I'm not seeing my kids right now, but he's also letting it be known that, a narrative was put out here, but I was involved. I was an active parent. If y'all notice, a lot of those videos, Johnell had them kids at home by himself. He was with those babies. They would be in his bed or whatever. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something real quick. My sister just messaged me. She always sending me links to stuff. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, like he's showing that, yeah, it was a narrative put out here that I was not an active father. I was never around, but like I say, when you look at the videos that he's posting, and I'm not talking about the AI ones. I'm talking about the in real time videos. He was there. He was there. You can't, it's easy to say somebody is not active or, you did everything alone. But when a person has receipts to show that they were there, and it don't look like no in and out type of receipts. They were Johnell in there with no shirt on, the chair, they in the bed, and that looked like some overnight type ish. Or I had them for overnight or a couple hours at a time. It don't look like no let's just take a picture type of receipts. They don't give that if you go on his page. It's real receipts, real memories, real he was smart about doing that because that can be shown to the judge as well. When a narrative is being pushed that, he don't care about his kids or, he wasn't active. Now, and this is why I say when you're dealing with somebody who tells lies, you use the receipts and put it up against what they're stating in two different instances. Like when they was on good terms, he was a good daddy. He changed his life. And this was coming from her. He changed his life. Shout out to the man you became once the babies came, and shout out to you for being there, et cetera, et cetera. And then when they broken up, it's, oh, I've been doing everything alone and da 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 da. And don't get it twisted. I'm gonna play devil's advocate because it was times where she stated that she had to carry the majority of the load financially, right? But guess what? When you dealing with a man and he tells you, I don't think it's the right time. I don't think we're ready. I'm not financially ready. I'm not at the peak of my career where I want to be financially or physically. You need to take heed to that. You got to take heed. Even, and this is where accountability comes at for women, not just the men. Because yes, men are irresponsible, and if you allow a man to go in you unprotected, they're gonna go in you unprotected. This is where you as a woman sit back and really think about the consequences. You think about the after effect. Not stay stuck in the impulsiveness or in that moment. You think about years down the line. You think about the struggles you have with the kids you already have. That's where you take accountability, and all before even having to take accountability, that's where you take heed to the things that man was saying. Don't look at it like, oh, just because he might be saying he don't want no child, but he's still going and meet RAW. That should tell you something too. Because guess what? A man can leave just as soon as he can come in, and then your ass gonna be stuck with them kids. And a lot of times, this is the bad part. A lot of times, if a man don't have it financially, you will be getting the minimum child support. Some states is $125 a week or even a month. If a man ain't making no money, they got some men who will literally work for cash just so they don't have to give your ass nothing. So you'll be stuck carrying that financial load. You'll be stuck carrying everything on your back because you wanted to have a child with a man thinking that it would keep him from leaving or whatever. And that's crazy to me. Because, like I said, we did hear moments where this man said they wasn't ready. They wasn't ready for no child. Y'all remember that video Johnell did when he was saying, um, we're not ready. We still need to get to know each other better. But he even hinted at saying something. He didn't say the actual abortion words, but he was like, he said, I'm not ready. She's not ready. We not ready. But he said, I would never tell a woman what to do with their body and da da da. That told me the exact opposite. That told me that they did have a conversation about abortion. But remember, she was the one saying that was against her religion. Oh, I don't whatever religion that is, because what religion is she actually? To be to be honest, that's a escape route right there that a lot of women that's against my religion. So I ain't seen the inside of a church in years. But anyways, I would much rather let me shut up. Anyways, if that, like I said, if that man is saying he's not ready financially, if he's not ready physically, regardless of he's still giving it to you and cracking your back, you have to think about the load that's gonna be on you. Because, like I said, especially if y'all not married, that man can walk out at any given moment and you stuck with the responsibility. And then gotta go to court to try to force a man to take care of their child. It's a good thing she got her last two baby daddies is going to court on their own behalf. That's what make it even worse in this situation, right? Because most women have to force these ninjas to do for their kids. She got 3 baby daddies where 2 out of 3 are taking her to court. She's not the petitioner on any of these court documents. These men are. So that's what makes it a little, even crazier, because it's like, well, damn. They out here shredding these men apart, and they are the petitioners in court. They are the ones fighting for their kids. I just can't make it make sense. I can't, y'all. He already took it though. Healing Hearts. Hey, Healing Hearts, my love. See, he's being progressive, y'all. He's actually moving accordingly. Johnell done already took the parenting classes. He doing what he need to do to, have everything set in stone. And that's a good thing. Because all of these things will be requested once they go to court anyway. They're gonna be requested. So that was smart. Start taking the classes that they gonna ask you. That way, that's out the way, because, like I said, with the Georgia court systems, they so behind anyways. They so far behind, so you don't want to have nothing that's gonna set your situation back any further. Like, get everything out of the way, and I would be asking my attorney, what are the things that I need to have to get done? That way, when it's time to go to court, it won't push or, cause a situation to be continued. But from my understanding, when he submitted the paperwork back in November, initially, he submitted the parenting class paperwork. So he completed those hours already for that course, which is a good thing. And I remember seeing Auntie Pimo posted something about him taking joining this group, furthering fathers, or fathers further, something like that, y'all. I don't remember verbatim. Hey, where's Auntie Pimo? We're gonna have to see what's going on with her. I hope y'all ain't ran Auntie off. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, right quick. 1 second. I gotta grab some. Auntie Pimo, did Auntie Pimo go live lately, y'all? I haven't seen, or did she do a members? I'm not a member on her channel. I'm gonna have to go look on her channel, because where is she at? Where is she at, child? Yeah, y'all, like, this situation is gonna get real, real thick. Okay, it's gonna get real, real interesting, and I personally, it's some things that I want to talk about, but I'm gonna wait till we get on members. But I personally think it's finna get real crazy. It's things that people might not want to come to surface, or shall I say publicly, is gonna come to these public streets. The P's and Q's better be had. People better be on it, especially when you portraying to be a certain way publicly. It better match. Cause it's not, y'all. Let me tell you something, especially when it comes to parenting. We don't become parents to become perfect, right? None of us are perfect as parents, but there are bare minimum necessities that are required when it comes to taking care of kids. And if you ain't reaching or meeting at least the bare minimum, that speaks a lot about you as a parent. Because it's not hard. People tend to say it's hard. I'll say, okay, it's hard when it's something dealing financially. Like if you can't provide for your kids, like foot meat situation, when you can't even keep a roof over their heads, that's different. That's different. But shout out to God, because at the end of the day, God gave us a choice when it comes to parenthood. He gave us a choice. So it's no excuse, in my opinion. This is my opinion. God gave us a choice. A lot of people, like myself, all of my kids were planned. That's why they all 5 years apart, literally. Ham and Kenny is 10 years apart. My oldest and my youngest. And then I got my son that's in the middle. They were planned pregnancies. None of them was accidents. Pop, no. I made sure we were ready. Okay? So I personally feel like, and yes, mistakes do happen, because you got some people where, oh, the condom broke or whatever, child. That's different. Or are you getting pregnant on birth control? That's different. That's out of your control. But not the people who just around here procreating unprotected, that's not is no excuse. When you grown and you know what can happen where you're not protecting yourself, then it's no excuse. It's no excuse. You got to take accountability. But like I said, it's bare minimum, but which, I feel like no kid should have to experience bare minimum when these adults are bringing them into this world and they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be. Kids they don't get to. And that's why I get so mad when I see people talking of, like dragging kids and doing certain, like, these kids don't pick their parents. Let's not hold them accountable for their sucky ass parent. Like, don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. Like, they don't get to choose their parents. Some of them kids be regretting them parents. Listen, you got some kids that be like, damn, I wish that wasn't my parent. Okay. Oh, child, listen, Linda. Hey, Miss Nina. Sierra said, yep, I got pregnant on the pill and never had another my son 29. Oh, wow. And I know somebody who got pregnant and had her tubes tied, which is crazy, but it happens. Now that I would say is, unplanned and not like that's what you would call a mistake pregnancy, or something that was out of your control. But if you in the know, then you in the know. It's no excuse. But yeah, as the primary custodial parent, you have to be able, in order to maintain that position, that role of custody, you have to be able to provide bare minimum without the help of the father. Because and yeah, we definitely got to do a members only, because it was a lot of things that was stated with a recent situation. I ain't even gonna go into it, but when it comes to kids living under the mother's roof, there is a bare minimum that you are supposed to be able to provide as the primary custodial parent alone. This is why, if y'all notice, for example, when we went over that paperwork with RH and Bree with the child support worksheet, right? Remember, it said that RH was responsible for this percentage and Bree responsible for that percentage. It gave numbers and all. It gave actual numbers. And that's why I said people think that just because a child lives with the mother, that the mother is not still responsible for that child financially. And that's not the case. Both have to pay child support to that child. Even if that child is under the mother's roof, they are also paying child support towards a portion, because the way a child support worksheet is calculated is broken down by percentages according to who makes what, right? If the man making more or if the woman making more. Let's say the woman is making more than the man, then she might be responsible for 52% of 1,500 a month, whatever that is, right? She might be responsible, let's say, $1,000 a month. So that leaves her paying 600 towards the child, even with the child living with her, and the father paying 400. So yeah, they both responsible. So that's why I said, if a man ain't paying child support, you can't blame. Not saying, don't get it twisted, because y'all know how people like to twist words, child. And I hate that you have to literally elaborate and give context, because some people lack comprehension skills or intentionally run with something you ain't said. But you supposed to still be able to maintain your children if you are maintaining or trying to continue maintaining the primary custodial parent physical custody role. As long as you want them under your roof, you are supposed to maintain the basic necessities. The child support from the man is to assist with those things. But you still supposed, so that's like saying, oh, because I seen a lot of women, y'all, and this was so sickening to me. Because let me tell y'all one thing about when it come to me and mine ain't lacking Nathaniel, with or without a daddy present or participating financially. They still gonna have the best of everything. Because if I ain't got it, my mama got it. If my mama ain't got it, my sister got it. And if my sister ain't got it, the other grandma got it. Period. Like, we got a village over here, baby. But it's very seldom that I don't have any. Now, if I tell them no, they still gonna go ask their grandparents or like that. Yeah, like typically what kids do when the parents say no, they know somebody gonna say yeah. Because if I feel like you don't need it and you gonna waste it, or it's something that I know you ain't gonna take serious, because I know my child, I'm not wasting my money. But anyways, you're supposed to be able to maintain basic necessities. Like, I just don't get it. And not just that, y'all. Another thing too, when you are the primary custodial parent, the child is supposed to be all doctor visits, right? They're medical. They supposed to be going to the dentist. They supposed to be going to their hold on, y'all. Oh, 1 second, y'all. Uh, they supposed to be going to the dentist, the pediatrician, the eye doctor. That is the mother's role when she is the primary custodial parent. When they live under her roof, they are supposed to be going to see, child, listen, Linda, all of those things. Now, I'm not saying the father can't and not supposed to do it either, but as the primary custodial parent, that falls under your roles, okay? Your child, yeah, yeah. We ain't gonna get too much into detail, but if y'all remember when this last situation happened, it was a lot of women who were saying, oh, I would send my child with everything dirty on if the daddy ain't paying child support. I'm like, are y'all okay? I just could not fathom or wrap my head around it. Oh, if he ain't paying child support, I'm sending her with her hair not combed, with the dirtiest clothes, with holes in. What? You know that's a reflection of you, right? Our kids are a reflection of us. I'm sending my child done the up because I want you to see that we don't need you. We don't need you. I'm not like, are we gonna act? We're gonna pretend like we, child. I just can't, y'all. I cannot do that. I can't. That would make me feel bad and less of a mother sending my child any kind of way because I feel like the man not handling his responsibility. He got to deal with that. So you gonna make your child feel bad because kids have feelings too. They have feelings too. You don't think they gonna feel a way if you having them looking any kind of way and they going visit with their daddy or whatever just because you mad at the daddy because he not giving you what you want financially? That's crazy to me. No. So what if he never pay child support? You gonna keep your child raggedy forever? These women are crazy. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life, y'all. Like they really was. I just wow. And my thing is, if we going off of the court documents, right? He gotta be paying something because if that's the case, he would have been in jail. RH would have been in jail. If RH had not paid anything since they first divorced, he would be in jail. If he had not paid a dime or done anything for Momo. We literally see, and this is I speak on this all the time. This is where a lot of us differ mindset wise because we've literally seen this man on camera taking his child to the store, buying her new shoes, buying her new clothes, bringing her get her hair done. I guess that don't count for nothing. You know, it's some women they want to see the money in their hand. Like they don't care about the actual child's needs. Because ain't that what you supposed to do with the money anyways? If he's doing what he's supposed to do with the money, why is it a problem for you? That to me, that exposes certain mindsets. It exposes that, hey, I'm not finna use that money for those purposes. Because a child needs their hair done, a child needs clothes, a child needs shoes, a child needs underwear. That's necessities. They need all of those things for everyday life. And some of these women act like that counts for nothing. Hey, twin, corporate thugging with Mika and this. Shout out to you, my love. Some of these women act like that don't count for nothing, y'all. And we got to get out of that mindset because we literally watch this man's livelihood take a downward plunge in real time because of the things that were being stated on social media. His page is constantly being reported. He didn't do that to himself. Because if that's the case, prior to October 15th, 14th, whatever, why was he still winning? If people felt so bad about his content and disliked him so much, why was he still winning? Why was all his pages monetized prior to October 14th? We got to make it make sense. You're rarely seen, oh, you grandiose, oh, you a narc, oh, you and a bruiser. You rarely seen that. You never seen that in that man comments prior to October 14th. Hey, Lex. Hey, my love. I just don't get it, y'all. Like, basically what I'm saying is you still have to maintain the basic needs or necessities of a child or children when you are the primary custodial parent, whether the father is helping or not. I'm not even just talking about RH them situation. I'm talking about period. If you want to be in that custody position, you have to maintain it. And if a judge see that you ain't maintaining it, you will lose that position. Period. And you can't blame the daddy. You can't blame him. because the same applies to him if he's in that position. Same thing applies. It's fair across the board, I promise you. But if you ask for that position, or you not even ask, but you volunteer yourself for that position, because just like men can leave children on women, women can do the same thing to men. It's plenty of men out here raising their kids without the mother. It's plenty. But people will tell you that that's a bad thing. Like they'll literally look down upon that as if y'all didn't make them equally. Like you can't ask the man for a little extra help to go, complete your goals in life, or I need you to keep these cheering while I finish school or whatever. I don't know. I just don't understand the mindsets. Like me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with parents exchanging roles for a period of time. Even if it's, they share it. Like you keep them for this year, I keep them for this year. And then back and forth. To me, that's nothing wrong with that. We made them together. If anything, that would be a major help. Like I feel like some parents should probably consider that, especially when they're struggling. Like I feel like a lot of women won't even consider that because it's frowned upon. People make it a bad thing, or they consider you a DB because you consider it or you doing it. No. Especially not if you doing it to better yourself. Y'all know I say all the time, foot meat need to get them cheering to their daddies till she get on her feet. Because if anything, you a bad mama keeping them in that position. Not if you get them out. A bad mama is somebody who makes their kids struggle with them. That's a bad parent. Not mama, parent. If you making your kids struggle with you when you know there's a better option, even if it's temporary, sometimes you got to put your feelings aside, your pride, your ego aside, and do what's in the best interest of y'all children. Period. Like, it happens all the time. I think it's just our community that frowns upon it. You know how many white people switch custody roles and they don't see nothing wrong with that? Like, literally nothing. Pop, you should do a talk where we can have a convo. I tried to do it on TikTok, y'all. I went over there because, on TikTok, you can have multiple people on the panel. But I could do something soon if y'all want to talk about, just the roles of parents and this and that. I could set that up. If y'all want to do that soon. That's a conversation that definitely needs to be had. We got 548 in here. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for your girl. Shout out to the people that's just coming in the chat. I see y'all. I appreciate the support. Let me see. But I y'all, like, back to what we was talking about initially. This gonna be interesting, y'all. This gonna be interesting. And what if in the midst of let me not say that. I'm not even gonna put that out there. I'm gonna wait till members. I'm gonna do a members soon. What today is Friday? I'll probably do a members either tomorrow or Sunday, y'all. Either tomorrow or Sunday. Because I got some stuff I want to say, I want to talk about. But I don't want to give certain things away or make it seem like I'm giving, because people be lurking in them bushes. Okay? People be lurking, child. But this situation gonna be real interesting. I'm eager to see how this play out. I'm eager to see what comes from it because, like I said, anytime you dealing with a custody battle, them skeletons coming up out the closet. So I would hope, and I said this early, I said this whenever we went over Johnell's paperwork when his attorney was requesting production of discovery. I knew that the other attorney was going to ask for it too. That's common. But you could tell she wasn't expecting that though, because that's the earliest signs of a man trying to get full custody. That's the earliest signs. Because when a man is just trying to get visitation, Listen, you can tell the change in the mindset of Johnell because if y'all remember, initially Johnell was doing this pro se. He didn't have an attorney. He was doing everything pro se because at first they had an agreement. Remember? Initially, they agreed upon everything. She even made a post. Hold on, let me go to it. And they wasn't together. That's the crazy part. Let me see if I can find. I think I had screenshotted again recently. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. She had made a post about legitimation, and it was a recent. Well, it wasn't recent, but it was back in November after Johnell filed those papers when everybody was spectating and wondering what the hell was going on. Yeah, she made that post. She urban threw that post up there because she didn't want the situation to grow legs. So she had posted, who remember this? This was right after Johnell initially filed the first set of legitimation paperwork back in November. She posted in Georgia, signing a birth certificate for a child born out of wedlock does not automatically grant a father legal rights. He must go through a legal process called legitimation to establish those rights. For all you nosy people, laughing emoji, here you go. Shout out to all the fathers who want to establish rights to their children and not settling for signing a birth certificate. Remember, she posted this back in November, right after Johnell filed that legitimation paperwork. And notice, it was even a correction done. It was some editing done to the paperwork that met her needs. They had been spoke after the fact behind the scenes because remember when she filed her they filed an updated petition. It was an updated legitimation petition, but it was with her response where she filed for she made a couple changes to his paperwork. It was something about if she were to move because he wanted to be able to see the kids every other weekend. I think he wanted them every other weekend plus, some time during the week to be able to visit with them and have dinner with them or, pick them up, have play dates during the week also. So she edited that out and she was like, well, that might not work for me because I plan on moving. Or in the case of me moving to North Carolina, that's not going to work, but you can get more time with them on the back end, basically on the end. Oh, however, so she adjusted that and she also put something else in there about her being able to move to NC. And also what was in the paperwork was no child support is necessary because we live together. That was another thing that was in the paperwork. But notice one of the key things that was also in the paperwork, and I told y'all this, I said, this is where she left room in the case of something happening because there was a without prejudice portion in that paperwork where she let it be known, yeah, I want to come. In the case of me wanting to come back and change something with this paperwork, I'm leaving the door open. That is what without prejudice means. Same thing RH filed with his paperwork. Okay? That's them telling the judge, I'm leaving this here for right now, but I'm leaving the door open for this to come back and file it again. Same thing that landlord did. Remember, landlord dismissed that first petition, his first motion, because he was underprepared. A lot of times when people file without prejudice, it's because they need to collect more evidence. They need more documentation, a little more time to put everything they have together and to even gain or, garner more evidence. That's what people do when they file without prejudice, right? And that's exactly what that landlord did. Hence, him coming back and filing a couple months later and end up winning a default judgment. That's the crazy part. And I'm guessing they gonna grant it. They granted it or they letting it stand because she did file an emergency. She filed something. It was emergency something to explain why she wasn't present for the court date because she had another court. That's when she had court with Dawn. But I don't think the judge gonna reverse his order. I don't think the judge is gonna reverse the default judgment because why you didn't file that prior. If you knew you had court on the same day for two different things in different places, you had enough time to file that prior. So judges look at stuff like that. Now, what I will say on her behalf, because I want to be fair, y'all, is that they also consider when you file right after it happened. So she ended up filing the emergency I can't remember what it's called, but she ended up filing the day after court, letting them know why she wasn't present for court. But they it's kind of 50-50 also because it's like you still had enough time to give us notice that you had court in another jurisdiction, basically. So they did view it. They did view her paperwork, but they didn't reverse the order. So I don't. I think they're gonna keep it closed. That's just my opinion based on my knowledge. We'll see what happens though. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, my love. Thank you for the love. Y'all cut up with them fireworks on this live. So I appreciate y'all. Came in on the last. Enjoy y'all 3-day weekend. You too. No, it's longer than 3 days, child. Well, for me at least. My baby's out for the summer. So it's a little longer than 3 days. But I appreciate you. She didn't even go to court with Dawn. Laugh out loud. She lied. Yeah, that one was continued too. Child, listen. That one was continued also. Now, according to the paperwork, that's continued. So it's like, what's going on? Why are we not showing up to these court dates, child? But anyways, NT Waves, her name. Let me see what y'all talking about in these comments. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hey, Miss Tisa. You say, Lupac, I don't think she had court with Dawn that day. No, she did have. They did have court that day. I got the documents myself. They did have court that day. They did. She did have court, y'all. It wasn't at the same time though. It was on at two different times. She did have court for the landlord and Dawn on the same day, but it was at I can't remember the times, but it was two different times, and of course in two different areas. One in NC, one in Georgia. I don't know if now what I will say she did request for it to be remote for the landlord situation, but they didn't approve it according to the paperwork. They didn't approve her request for it to be remote. So it could be some confusion there also because she probably was waiting for them to approve it being remote meaning via Zoom because she don't live in that state anymore. But they didn't even acknowledge it. They didn't even acknowledge her request for it to be remote appearance. So, sometimes judges will give a little leeway when it's a situation like that where a motion or a request was put in, but they didn't get to it in time. But based on them reviewing, because the court stuff, that court date stuff was refreshed on the website, but they didn't acknowledge it. So that's why I said they probably gonna leave it closed because it was refreshed on May 11th. I forgot the exact time. It was refreshed, meaning they looked at it. They looked at the documents under that filing, but they didn't respond to it. It's still saying closed. So that speaks volumes in my opinion. And I'm thinking it's because she waited till the day after to putting the filing for her having court in another jurisdiction instead of doing it prior to that court date. You know what I'm saying? Like judges don't like stuff like that. They don't like when you wait for the last minute because it's like you're not taking court seriously. But yeah, how the F did she get a court date so quick in NC? Different state. That's the only thing I can say. Every state is different. Their caseloads are different. Every state is completely different as far as the process of, the speedy process or whatever. It just depends on their caseload, y'all. Let me see. Let me go up. You said, yeah, she lied about that court date with the landlord. She tried to say it was because she was in another court proceeding. Laugh out loud. Like she don't think that judge is going to know about. Well, the thing is, she submitted the. That's what's funny, y'all. She submitted the proof. So that's probably why they didn't acknowledge her filing. That's probably why they didn't acknowledge her filing after the fact, because they don't just court, like I say, real court and court of public opinion are two totally different things. You have to show proof. So she submitted documentation showing that she had court in another courtroom jurisdiction, but once they look at the time of court, you know, that's probably why. That's probably one of the reasons why, outside of it being filed after the fact and not prior notice. So, yep. Um, because they also consider that it's in two different states, right? So even if the times weren't the same, being that they didn't approve her remote appearance for the landlord situation, they still consider, a person would have to drive hours and hours to go from state to state. So it really didn't matter, the timing of it, right? Because they gonna consider that as well. But she didn't give them prior notice. She waited till the last minute, the day after the court dates. So it's like you're not keeping up with your court dates. Or you knew you had court. Oh, excuse me, y'all. You knew you had court, but you didn't care enough to say, hey, I'm putting this in ahead of time to let y'all know I got court in another courtroom. Like lawyers, that don't just go for lawyers, that go for civilians also, because you have a choice to represent yourself pro se in a legal proceeding. That's a choice. You don't have to do that. I think you can even get a court attorney or whatever. You don't have to be pro se. So yeah, that means if you decide to represent yourself in a legal proceeding, you supposed to know the ins and outs, right? You're supposed to know the cans and the can'ts. You're supposed to know everything. Not as much as a lawyer, but the basics. For sure, knowing that you're supposed to file a petition or a motion or whatever prior, not after the court date, but before. That is basic knowledge. Let me see what y'all talking about. You say I believe when John found that, is that a book of Bree? I'm sure everything he said was in there was plus way more than he told us. Y'all, and not even just him finding something. Hey, Miss Phyllis, hey Tokyo, but just him knowing. Like the dude not lived with her, but he stayed with her for a couple years. So when you live with somebody, you know all the ins and the outs of that person. You know their habits, you know their mood swings, you know their capabilities, you know their worth ethic, you know their personality, you know how they treat their children. Like you know all of that because you around them. It's only so long a person can wear a mask when somebody is living with them. Okay? So even though he maintained his own place, he still was staying with her and vice versa. He was staying with her and then she was staying with him. So he know if how domesticated she is. He know if she helped them children with homework. He know if she take them children to the doctor. He know if she get up with them children for school in the morning, if she pick them up in the evening. He know if she feed them on a regular, whether they getting fast food or they getting home cooked meals. He know if she making them take a bath or if she's bathing them. He know if she washing their clothes or if they washing their own clothes. I'm just giving examples. He knows just like she knows. But if the weight falls more on her because these are her kids. The twins is his. But as a mother, when you are maintaining that, this is where, it gets interesting because it's more so a fight on her behalf, y'all, not his. Yes, he's fighting for some sort of custody, right? My guess is full custody, but that's just an opinionated guess. That's not a factual guess. I'm just saying I believe he's going for full custody based on him obtaining an attorney and the things that they are asking for in production of discovery. That's just my opinion. But he could say, hey, I just want joint custody or whatever, right? But whatever he asks for, because he's the petitioner, the weight of this situation falls more on her. It's more stress on her end because if all else fails, he ain't have custody anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be more stressful for her because now she has to show why she is capable and more deserving of maintaining full physical custody of those kids. Why do you deserve to have them more so than the father? And that's one of the things. Remember what I read to y'all about this paper right here. Hold on, let me open it up on my phone. That's why I read y'all where it says, come on, hold up 1 second. It says, interrogatories. No, that's not the part. They're going to be asking first, continue with interrogatories, written questions the petitioner must answer under oath. So not only is her attorney requesting for documents / evidence, which is, production of discovery or documents, they are also asking him certain questions pertaining to custody status. Like, for one example, why do you feel like you deserve the full custody or joint custody or whatever? Why do you feel like you deserve it, right? And that's when they have to start providing all of this evidence and all these documents and stuff. That's why I say it's finna get real, real interesting. It's finna get real, real interesting because them skeletons finna be pulled up out the closets, okay? Them skeletons finna be pulled out, baby. Because the custody battle is basically two parents fighting over the children who deserves to have the kids living with them, and why do they feel like they deserve it over the other parents. That's all it is. And that's when the ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly start coming out. So yeah, it's gonna be real interesting, y'all. It's gonna be real interesting. Now you're gonna see who's what. Now, this is where, as supporters, you get to see what's truthful and what's not. Because, a lot of things come out on the internet, right? And, typically when it's the internet, people run with certain things even if there's no evidence attached to it, word of mouth based on who they idolize, who they support, da da da. But here is where you get to see things in real, because the courts ain't going just off of word of mouth. This is where people will really get to see who that person is behind the scenes, people. And when I say person, meaning both parties, not just one. This is where it's about the kids right here. Okay? This is where what's in the best interest of the kids will be determined. And who that person meaning male and female parents, who they actually are behind the scenes, not the little 30-second clips that they put on their platforms to make it look like they're parent of the year. No, this is where you're going to see what's behind closed doors, because it's going to get a little ugly. Okay? And it don't typically go like this when a person is only asking for visitation. I personally think because of her pattern, and this is due to her own behavior. This is due to her own behavior, y'all. Every time you get mad, they can't see their kids. Every time. Or you just up and leave the state. If she would move like a co-parent is supposed to move when it comes, and then it don't help that her supporters be gassing it, talking about they just trying to control you. They just want to control the situation. They won't breathe. They just want her, and they mad if they can't have her. They want to. No. That's not why people break up. When a person breaks up with another person, they ain't doing things to still control that person. And I'm not saying that narcs don't exist, because they very well exist, but you still can maintain a co-parenting relationship without interacting with the father, even though it's unfortunate, because at the end of the day, it makes your job harder. But it still can be done. But when you seeing men that's literally focused on the kids, not her, and y'all still saying they just trying to control her. That's crazy. Because y'all are literally erasing their role or the role that they should have. As a mother, we don't get 100% control. Not always. Especially not when a father is trying to be present. And guess what? I guarantee you, a man actually doing holds a little bit more weight in court, because more often than not, you see the woman trying to get child support and forcing the situation on the father. You don't see too many dads fighting for their kids. Courts love that. And they frown upon mothers alienating the kids because that's a form of neglect. A lot of people don't know that. When a mother keeps the kids away from the father, courts consider that a form of neglect because both parents are needed and are crucial for the upbringing of those children. Period. Look it up. That is a form of neglect. Especially if kids are saying, or they could potentially say, oh, my mama don't do nothing but talk bad about my daddy to me. My mama be telling me my daddy don't love me. I'm not saying that's the case here, y'all. I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving an example because they like to run with stuff, but it happens when some women are mad because their relationship has exhausted or has ended. They tend to try to make the child hate the father. Or even there are even situations where one parent becomes jealous of the relationship with the other parent, and they'll talk bad to the child about the other parent because they want the child to view the other parent in a different light. You can see signs. If you see a parent constantly talking negatively about the other parent to the child when the child is bragging about the other parent. As a parent, regardless of how you feel about that other parent's period, from the relationship issues or whatever, if a child tell you, oh, mommy, I was with daddy this weekend and I had a great weekend. We went to the trampoline park. He brought me to Chuck E. Cheese. And you say, I don't care. Why he brought you to them cheap places? He couldn't do better than that. Da-da-da-da. Baby, you're not supposed to do that. Like, why would you want to hurt your own child feelings just to say something negative about the other parent when you can say, oh, that's great, baby. I'm so glad you got to spend that quality time making memories with your father. Like, what? And you could still be in the back of your head saying, crusty ass nigga. But not out loud. Like, say it in your mind. Say it in your head. You ain't supposed to say it to the child, okay? Like, that is crazy to me. You said, but the landlord court date was first. She should have rescheduled the TPO because she filed. Yup. So, yup. You right, Calm. You are right, my love. So that's probably what they looked at also. Because remember, she submitted the paperwork showing the court she had court in another whatchamacallit. So, yep. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's why I say you can't pull certain things on these judges that you can pull on social media. It don't go like that. It does not go like that, child. You say he can prove that she's not stable, moving on. Yep. That's a key factor in this situation. In her saying, oh, our lives were in danger, that's not gonna fly unless she can prove that. Unless she can prove that, it's not gonna fly. Just stating that, oh, my baby daddy put my address out on social media. You got to prove that. You have to prove that. You can't just say that. Only those supporters believe that. Because we know, we know us over here that these men ain't putting her address out. I don't care how much they might dislike her. They're not going to put their children in harm's way. They're not going to do that. Dislike those men all you want, but come on now. Really? These men getting lawyers to take her to court for visitation and custody with they cheering really going to be putting her address on social media to put the kids in harm's way? Like, This is what I mean when I say you can dislike somebody, but still put the truth out there. Still not ignore the truth and still call them a jackass. Like, ooh, child, listen. Thank you, my dudes. You say LaOnya did that to get upper hand. Plus, she still had hopes of getting back with him. Which part are you talking about, my dudes? What you mean? What did he do? I mean, what she did to get the up? Are you talking about her moving? Let me know. And thank you, my love. Hey, Gossip and Giggles. Thank you, Nene. Shout out to Nene the GOAT. Shout out to my sis. She done gifted 5 more memberships, y'all. Make sure y'all thanking my girl in the chat because she gave y'all a free 30-day membership to enjoy our exclusive members only content. Okay. Let y'all know it is up to you once the 30 days is up to pursue a further, membership extension. This is only for 30 days. It's a gift. Okay. You gotta, pay for it after the fact once that 30-day expires. But shout out to my sis because she always do her big one with them gifts, baby. Who these people? What people? What you talking about, girl? The landlord court date was first in the time her move. Yep. Calm just said that too. She just said that. Oh, you got one? Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all thanking my girl for giving y'all the membership. Somebody make sure they send me a list, screenshot it so I can see who got. Well, I can see it on the back end. I can see it in my studio, y'all. So y'all don't have to send it to me. I can see it. I can't wait because I'm gonna be in the building. Queen Steph ain't playing. Queen Steph said she finna be a witness. She said I'm finna be a witness. I'm coming in a Hyundai. You say Pac is the wait, hold on. That's a big word. Preponderance. You say it's the preponderance weighs heavily on her. What that mean? Let me look it up. I ain't seen that word before. And y'all know I know some big words, baby. Hold on. You sure you said that right? Let me see. Let me look that up. I don't like when I don't know what's up mean. Her contourance. Y'all probably say this girl is crazy. Oh, it's preponderance. I knew it looked familiar. You put a D in place of that T. Preponderance. And hold on. It's preponderance. I knew I wasn't, but I get what you're saying. I just knew I wasn't sure. I was like, hold on, that word looked familiar. That's a big one. It's preponderance. Tisa said, Lupac, I think there are things going on in that home that she really doesn't want to be revealed. John knows way more than anyone else, and not just him, but RH too. And they cool now, so who knows what they know together? Because we're gonna talk about their members only. Okay, we're gonna talk about their members because you never know, the notes that has been compared. Like I'm just sitting that there for y'all. You never know the notes that have been compared. Hey Vanessa, are you new here, girl? Girl, in my Nala voice. Shout out to all my new people. Period. I love when y'all come up out them bushes. It just makes me feel so good, child. Stacey Max said, I love your chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love the love, y'all. I love the love. Especially the new people, because we got a bunch of OGs here, but it just let me know we growing over here. When we see these new people coming in the chat, whether they in the bushes, coming up out them bushes, or they just jumping in the chat, I just love the love. Like, I love it. You say, and he said she told him she can come out here and say anything and her followers would believe anything. Yep, she sure did say that. But let me tell y'all what's the gag, right? Because we didn't heard you said, Christina, I only knew one of them. I'll send Lupac the names. You don't have to send it, sis, because I'm gonna be able to check it in my studio. Once I get off here, I'll be able to check it. So y'all don't have to send it to me. I forgot that, it shows in my studio the new members. So I'm gonna check them out and see who they are. What was I gonna say? Damn, I just lost it. I was about to tell y'all something about the court situation. Let me go back. It was somebody comment I read. Uh Oh, you said I read that one, but Bianca Pierce said he said she told him she could come out. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So notice she didn't say it multiple times, like kind of basically threaten him in a sense, like, oh, there's so much I could say, da da da, or if I come out here and I got my platform hold more weight. But the thing is, right, when it comes to that, you're involved, ma'am. You're the mother. So you might have some things you can say, but is it gonna help you? I don't see anything of a disgusting nature or whatever she could have that will benefit her because she's the mother. Imagine saying you holding on to some type of secrets from your inside of your home against men, and you're the mother. Everybody ain't going. Everybody ain't gonna jump on the men when you're the mother, the protector. You hold the power to remove your kids out of any situation. Remember, she was the one giving classes early on, narc abuse classes, and also saying she was going to create some type of not warehouse, some type of shelter for women and kids who couldn't afford to leave dangerous or abusive situations like she could. Make that make sense. But you stayed. Hmm. Everybody not going. Everybody not falling for that. Everybody is not going to ignore her role just to jump on the men. Only the men haters going to do that. Some women, some smart women, some women who are for the kids' safety and overall well-being will be like, well, why you didn't remove yourself? Why now? Why you wait till y'all are broken up with no chance of reconciliation? Because mind you, they been broke up several times. She had several times to put out said information if it was of some type of urgency, right? Or importance. They broke up, they was breaking up every 5 to 7 business days. So if it was really of some type of urgency or importance or disgusting nature or something that somebody needs to be in jail for, why wait till there is no hope of reconciliation? People then move to other states to want to say, hey, I got some information. If I really want to do da 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 da, I could just put it on my platform. What does that say about you? So we holding on to disgusting natured evidence or whatever for retaliatory moments. That's not protecting our kids. Protecting our kids is putting it on the floor right then and there when it happens, not using it for leverage or a retaliatory moment later on. Who does that besides a sick-minded person? That like, I'm confused. You don't get to do something to my child and I'm going to hold it for when you do something to me. What? No. We're going to deal with that right then and there. Child, listen. Ooh, child. Anyways, you said, do you think that her moving back to NC and out in the clubs will be a benefit for Ja? And if she leaves Ja's twins with her kids, and how is her dad an offender keeping her children? Well, it just depends because the courts don't typically frown upon moms, even though it's not a good look, right? It's not a reason for judges to remove kids, right? Like you can go out, you can go places. If we don't look at it like it's like us as moms, we might be frowning upon it because it's like, it's not a good look when you got that many kids and you constantly in the club. But if it's when it's pertaining to the kids and it's something that's affecting them, their overall well-being, if they're being neglected, then that's different. But you also have to be able to prove it, right? You have to be able to prove it. You got to be able to prove the kids are being left with kids for long periods of time, because even in states there are um certain age limits where, kids can watch kids or kids can be left alone, but it just depends. Every state is different. Every state is different, and then it's just like, why would you leave your small kids with child? Listen, I don't know, but it just depends, y'all. Like courts, it takes a lot. It takes a look it up. Look it up. It takes a lot for courts to remove kids from the mother. You really have to prove different forms of neglect. Like you, and some situations are way worse than others, are of more severity as far as instant removal, like an emergency situation. But it has to be a build up. So he got a good chance. I'm not gonna say he gonna get it, but he would have to prove some things. Like he would have to really, really prove some things as far as her being neglectful and you know being unfit. He gotta be able to prove it. That's it. Like he really has to be able to prove it. So I don't know, y'all. That's why I said it's not just gonna happen overnight. More often than not, when you see, unless, like I said, unless it's like a emergency neglectful situation, sometimes involving drugs usage or abusive situation, whether it be physically or actual involving the kids, those are emergency removal situations. But outside of that, it would have to be like a buildup. That's why I say, when you think of custody battle, you don't think of war, you think of battles, like constant contempts, constantly falling in contempt. That is one reason for a judge to remove custody status from one parent to another. Every time you go to court, you in contempt. You're not letting the father see the kids, and you see the thing with Johnell's situation is they just getting started, y'all. So there's no contempt yet. It's not like RH and Bree situation. Their situation's a little different because they've been in court for over a year now. It's a lot. It's a lot with that situation. So it's different. But when it comes to Johnell, he's just getting started. That's why I said the custody battle has begun. Okay. So it's gonna be a long road ahead. It just depends. It depends on how she does things moving forward, and it also depends on what he has in the chamber. That's it. That's all. What he got in the chamber, y'all. Unfortunately, what really kind of hurt him in my opinion is their situation hadn't been legitimated prior to her movie. So they ain't even made it to court yet. That's for Johnell and Bree's situation. Okay? Emphasis on that. So we'll see what happens. We gonna see leaving them kids alone, home alone, gonna get her. Yep. But he gotta be able to prove it. He got to be able to prove it, y'all. He has to have real, actual proof, and it has to be consistent. Like, because sometimes that's not grounds for instant removal. Like they'll make her take some classes. You know what I'm saying? She'll have to take some type of parenting classes, but it just depends on the severity of the situation. It depends on the severity. That is a form of neglect, though. I will tell y'all that it is a form of neglect. Now, like a lot of times with that, if it's not an emergency situation, if you do it one time, they'll make you take like a parenting class. That's not grounds for instant removal, though. And then if you keep doing it, that's different. That's different. If you keep doing it and then he keep taking her to court for it, yeah. Yep. Let me see. Hey Calypso. Okay, shout out to the new names. Let me see. Thank you, Nene. Child, Nene didn't give 5 more gifts, 5 more gifted memberships. Make sure y'all thank my girl for those memberships. We got a lot of new names in here. Hold on, y'all. What to? I'm gonna be off in a sec. Let me see. Let me go up. Hey to everybody coming in, Pac. Did y'all see the video of the Shari and Amira dancing? I just love that for them. No, but I'm about to go watch it. I didn't even know they had made one. I'm finna go look, child. I'm finna go look. You see, I literally like listening to Pac. Y'all definitely man the gate thoroughly. Wait, what happened? I be over here, girl. X Pac, X my dude. Yeah, Gossip and Giggles do be over here. She do. She be over here. Let me see. We got a lot of new people in the chat though. Shout out to y'all. Are y'all coming out because of the gifted memberships or y'all been over here? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look when I go in the back office. Hey, Miss Dorothy, but I'm finna get off here, y'all. We've been on here over 2 hours, child. I'm finna get off. I will be back tomorrow, of course. Tomorrow Saturday. We supposed to go see the new Mortal Kombat. I don't know what time we're gonna go. It depends on the weather because it's supposed to rain too. So I'm gonna see what my kids want to do. And my sister, because she gonna be bringing her kids too. We're gonna be going together. But I will be back tomorrow for show with another live. I don't know if it's gonna be members yet or if it's gonna be a regular one because I wanna go more in depth on this. What I was gonna do on this live in members because there's some things I want to talk about without giving it away because y'all know they be listening to me. Okay. I'm not trying to give no forewarnings or nothing, okay? We ain't trying to give nothing away because y'all be getting on me. Y'all be like, Pac, don't be saying that. She gonna be taking heed to you. Nope, we ain't doing that no more, okay? We're gonna keep that for members. So I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna do the members live tomorrow or another regular one and then do members Sunday. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, child. I still have to send my 10 Lupac, but I will be sending. Okay, Miss Lolo, that's fine, my love. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Griggs. I've been here, just a new name. Okay, Majestic. Shout out to all my people that's coming up out them bushes. Y'all don't be no stranger, okay? Ain't nobody gonna check you or pop you over here. This is a drama-free platform. We do not indulge. We might look, we might listen and look from the bushes in our free time. But we don't do that over here. So, you don't have to be in the bushes hiding out, especially if you grown. Unless you're going to get a beating, a whipping, or a punishment. Child, listen. All that team. We on team. No, we are grown women having grown women dialogue. Period. Period. And we do, yes, we support RH over here. We support the truth over here. But it's okay to have a difference of opinion. Just don't be disrespectful with it. That's it. That's it. That's all. Act like a lady, okay? But anyways, y'all, I'm finna get up off of here. I love y'all so much. Y'all showed y'all entire asses with the fireworks tonight. I love y'all down. Thank y'all so much for the support. Y'all did y'all big one on your girl. And I'm very, very appreciated. Thank y'all for hitting the like button if you hit it. Thank you for watching the ads. Thank you for the supers, the cash apps, the support, period. I am very appreciative. And I'm gonna be back, y'all. Like, y'all know the vibes. I'm gonna be giving y'all more content, I promise. Okay. I promise. I just been having a lot going on in these last couple of weeks, y'all. My child done graduated. The storm didn't hit us. Listen, it's been a lot, y'all. It's been a lot. So if I forget something, charge it to the head and not the heart. Charge it to a lot being on my plate, child, and not me. No, I move with a genuine heart always. That, like, anybody that knows me in real life can tell you that I am a very genuine, honest person, period. But I love y'all. And like I said, I will be back tomorrow. I might see y'all in these streets because I'm pretty sure some other people gonna go live. Me and Ham just came in here for a grilled cheese sandwich. So I'm about to go make her a grilled cheese. Y'all. Let me go make her a grilled cheese sandwich. Whoever go live, we might see each other in them streets. If not, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow on my live. I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And if y'all want to get a membership to be in on the next members live, which will either be tomorrow or Sunday, just go on my channel and click join. That's it. That's all. Love you guys. Have a blessed night.
Oh, y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Stop clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Yeah. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lupac, baby.
the chat, she gon' call that out. Loop pop, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Loop pop, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Loop pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Hell pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Loop pop, baby. She a Louisiana with truth on black. Loop pop, wipe them down. Receipt so strong that the lies won't let. Loop pop, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Loop pop, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Loop pop, baby. Who got the truth? Loop pop. Who bring the proof? Loop pop. Hands to the left, hands to the right, wipe them down. Club lit up all night, wipe them down. Who got need? She OB. Loop pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Hell pop, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Loop pop, baby. Truth don't mean you gon' stand on that. Loop pop, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Loop pop, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Loop pop, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Loop pop, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Loop pop, baby. Shut it down.